Greetings, this is September 8th at 5 p.m. A viewer kindly sent me in this photograph of one of life's little miracles. This is rain, and here we are seeing the Big Bar Cam featured by Drive BC, and I can see reflections on the asphalt surface. There are substantial millimeters of rain falling in the area. This is Cache Creek, and we are looking at Savona, and this is the Sheridan Highway 24 webcam looking west towards Lone Butte and 93 Mile, and this is the Begbie Highway cam on Highway 97. I'm not seeing a lot of moisture, a touch of blue sky in the horizon, and maybe even some sunshine, but I wouldn't expect anything less. Begbie has proven to be one of the prettiest highway cams on the system. And to complete this webcam tour of rain spots in the area, we're finishing with the Beto Tree cam, and the link is below. And a beautiful view, a touch of orange haze on the left-hand portion of your screen, intermingled with a lot of moisture in the air. And we can see, if we look at NASA's World View, there is a lot of cloud cover over the interior. It kind of stops at the Okanagan. As we can see, there's still a lot of smoke and haze in those valleys. We can see mountain peaks emerging from this fog. We can see even orange at the border where smoke may be accumulating in the Manning Park area. Looking back at our region, the Elephant Hill Wildfire, virtually covered. I do see sort of this eye in the center of the screen where there may be some blue sky peeking through, but a lot of rain cover. Let's jump to windy now and see what it's showing us in the rain meter. Those yellow, light green bands are reaching the 8 to 10 millimeter stage. Now, this is a computer model showing us what may be occurring on the ground. We do need verification, but I think those highway cams are demonstrating it. If we look at our two competing wind models, I'm seeing 11 kilometers an hour coming from the south, and this should actually slow down overnight and then begin to pick up, reaching 15, 16, 17 kilometers an hour with gusts over 30 Saturday afternoon. That should be coming from the south at the tail end of this rain event. Looking at the other computer model at the 22 kilometer range, I'm actually seeing 4 kilometers an hour coming from the northwest, so it's measuring on the other side of this trough. And wind speeds shouldn't be as fast tomorrow, maybe go up to 14 kilometers an hour, no significant gusts. And the only other thing to note is temperature may actually increase a little bit up to 25, 26 degrees. And this model is showing a little bit of precipitation Saturday night and consistent winds from the south with very little variation. What is happening in infrared? Let's go to the Lance NASA VIIRS system. This is an overview of the Elephant Hill Wildfire. I'm not going to zoom in. We're seeing virtually the same information we did at the last check. Let's look at another VIIRS system. This is through the RSAC, and the link is below. Virtually the same. We're seeing different icons, of course. There may be, different angles that it's picking it up. And if we go to the MODIS system, again, duplication of where heat is being perceived. And do remember, a lot of this is obscured by cloud cover and haze. We are probably experiencing a lot of smoke in those valleys. There has been an atmospheric inversion. Let's zoom in on this system. We'll sample a couple of the most recent hotspots. This one's coming in almost at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's the orange spot indicated northeast of Watch Lake. That's in the upper portion center of your screen. And if we look further south, I'll sample one at Young Lake, and this is coming in at approximately a few minutes before 11 o'clock p.m. on September 7th, so yesterday. And that's basically the condition available to us under this cloud cover. Let's jump over to the NRC M3 hotspot data, and this is available through an online link below. And we are seeing infrared hotspots up until about 2:45 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. If we take off the perimeter map, we can see focal areas of intensity. We have one spot to the southeast of Green Lake, and we have that cluster between Watch Lake and Jack Frost Lake. If we look at only the last 12 hours, take off the 24-hour indications, we are seeing this cluster southwest of Jack Frost Lake. They appear in angled, patterned infrared signatures, a controlled strategy, and taking that off, I'm seeing no hotspots over the last 6 hours. That doesn't mean there's no fire on the ground. This means that the data was not perceptible, or there simply were no new hotspots. And just in case you were unaware, a large portion of the Elephant Hill wildfire evacuation order was rescinded only recently, a couple days ago, and you can see it on a map linked below in the TNRD. However, there was an area that was put under evacuation order. That's towards Egan Lake, between North Bonaparte and Egan Lake Road, and that is also in those same files, and the links are below. Also, just to make sure that we cover all bases, the area around Highway 24 has been under a state of local emergency, and that will continue until September 13th, at which time it will either be rescinded or extended again. So we are back looking at an overview of the province, and this wonderful cloud cover that on any other day might be annoying. Today, Mother Nature has come to the rescue again. And according to Windy and what evidence we're seeing on Dry BC's highway cams, it's not an insignificant amount. It could be up to 10 millimeters, and this may continue for a few more hours, intermittent rainfall in different areas as well. We might get a sprinkling Saturday night. This is not a natural disaster channel. I'm looking at the Elephant Hill wildfire, but when events occur, I may include them just because we can share a different perspective. One of the things you should be aware of, there was an 8.1 earthquake in Mexico, and I'd also like to draw your attention to FL 511. This is the Florida highway cam system, much like Dry BC. However, they have a greater population, so there's a lot more cameras. And you can go to this site, I'll put a link below, and zoom into different areas of your concern. And I will probably be monitoring one cam in particular. This is in Broward County on I-75 looking eastwards. And this is quite close to the southeast peninsula where the hurricane should come in. And the reason why I chose this cam is it's showing a bit of infrastructure. It's showing a great deal of horizon. I can see some trees to gauge movement, and there's a water body, so I can see if there's swells penetrating to the interior of the state. Do check out some of the resources in the links below, as well as the official alerts and bulletins, so that you're up to date. And this is NASA World View showing Hurricane Irma. And I went to Windy with the hope to get the wave meter going so I could see the size of the swells. Unfortunately, their sensors are not delivering right now, but we can see the cloud cover. There's probably a lot of people trying to access this system as well. There may be damage being done to some of the sensors in the area. And this is an ongoing issue in a natural disaster. Where do we get data from? How do we verify our position? How do we know our escape routes? How can we have all our resources together? Have a plan. If you have the information, great. If you can't get information, you need a plan B. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. The wildfire is not over. We have to monitor the situation, but right now we've got a bit of a reprieve. Take advantage of it. Enjoy the rain. Thank you.